You know, for about the last 4 years, it's felt like a substitute teacher has been on watch in America. You know the old saying, when the cat's away, the mouse will play? In other words, you have a substitute teacher in a classroom with a classroom of just incorrigible students who feel like they can do whatever the hell they want because there's a sub. Well, that's been the feeling I've gotten with the axis of evil that have had absolutely zero respect for the United States. Case in point, look what's gone on in Russia. And the United States fighting a proxy war as Zelensky and co have built hard-earned tax-paying U.S. citizens like yours truly for every dollar they can to fight this proxy war. And at times, China, the axis of evil that they are, along with another axis of evil in North Korea, have aided Russia in this battle. Speaking of China, they floated a friggin' spy balloon around the U.S. for weeks at a time a couple years ago. How can we ever forget? They've teased the world and the United States with a potential invasion of Taiwan. Iran has backed a proxy war as Israel fights for their existence on two fronts against Hezbollah and Hamas. So the world is on fire and on the precipice of World War III. Now, yesterday, it was like the teacher is back in the classroom. And my point is that Donald J. Trump on Truth Social made this post I'm going to share with you, and I'll read it out loud for you, folks. Everybody is talking about the hostages who are being held so violently, inhumanely, and against the will of the entire world in the Middle East. But it's all talk and no action. Please let this truth serve to represent that if the hostages are not released prior to January 20, 2025, the date that I proudly assume office as the President of the United States, there will be all hell to pay in the Middle East. And for those in charge who perpetuated those atrocities against humanity, those who are responsible will be hit harder than anybody has been hit in the long and storied history of the United States of America. Release the hostages now. Amen, President Trump. And that comes on the heels of the body of one of the 4 remaining American-Israeli hostages being identified yesterday. This young man, 23-year-old Amir Nutra, may he rest in peace, from Long Island, New York. So now there are 3 Israeli Americans being held hostage and 62 hostages overall. And Trump shooting a stern warning to the rest of the world, essentially, that the teacher is back in the classroom and the U.S. will again receive its just respect. That's right. RESPECT for the USA with Trump back in office.